So let's get started with behavior modification, what we call in the South attitude adjustment. And you know, for some people, it takes a while for them to realize what it is that they're doing wrong. Sometimes it hits you like a jolt. There's the best friend who lost a best friend because they were drag racing one day. They're looking next to them and they see their best friend die in the mirror. There's another person who's young and drinks and drives, and they don't realize that they're doing anything wrong until they kill somebody. For me, it was back when I was a little kid. I started driving very early. We had a sugarcane field in my backyard. I started driving when I was like 11, 12 years old. And I looked up to my cousin. His name was Sonny. Sonny was, to me, he was the man. He was a really aggressive driver, and he didn't really care about other people when he drove, and he would drive so fast. So one day, when I was about 13, he asked me if I wanted to drive his Camaro. He had this souped-up Camaro with a V8 engine, and he had you ever see this? It's like almost like Dukes of Hazzard. He had like the 8-ball for the shift, And so he said, do you want to drive the car? And I said, oh, yeah, let's go. So I got in his Camaro, and I was smoking, man. I was going like 60 miles an hour down the road, and I was coming around a curve. We're way out in the country in Louisiana. I'm coming around a curve, and as I'm cutting the curve, all of a sudden, there's a car there facing me. And I say to myself, I might hit this car. So I'm going 60 around the curve. I cut it. I went into the ditch on the side of the road. I missed the people in that car by that much. So I said, those people might be mad. I better go face up to it. So I got out of the ditch, out of the car, and I went over to that car. Unbeknownst to me, my mom was in that car. She was out for a ride with one of her friends. I missed her by that much. And she got out of the car, saw that it was me, and she gave me my attitude adjustment right there on the side. And she had a purse, and she's hitting me on the purse. Now, those of you who are from the South, you know that when they hit you with the purse, they do one hit per word. Like, don't you ever drive a car again like that. And people passing by going, you get him, girl, you get him, girl. I will. And it was a long time before I drove again. And that made me think, I better become a safer driver because I could end up killing somebody. Boy, can you imagine if I actually would have hit that car and hurt my mom that way? That changed my behavior that day. I became a safer driver because I didn't want anything like that to happen to me again. Now, my cousin Sonny, he just got wilder and wilder, got himself a motorcycle. One day he's driving really fast down the road and he hit a car. He flew about 100 feet and he landed in a cemetery. Now, he had 2 broken legs and a broken pelvis and a broken arm. And he looks up and he sees a gravestone. And he says to himself, he says, I'm dead. And then he passed out again. So they brought him to the hospital. Check this out. He wakes up in the hospital, and back in Louisiana, we had these white inside, all white walls and a white ceiling with a little ceiling fan, big bright lights on him. And this nurse leans over, and she's like all white, and he looks up, and he says, man, I'm dead. I'm in heaven. And the nurse says, no, you're not. You're in Louisiana. But that changed his attitude, and he became a better driver after that.